Hi, my name is Cody and today I'm going to show you how to clean a carburetor on my snowmobile. Supplies you will be needing is carburetor cleaner, Phillips head screwdriver, a flat blade screwdriver, a toothbrush, a air hose with a spray attachment with it, a 11mm wrench, and a 10mm wrench. And you'll also need a rag. First thing you're going to do is take off your air filter. What you're going to do is take your Phillips head screwdriver and your 11mm wrench, and first you're going to unscrew the screw on the side of the air filter, like this. And then you're going to take your 11mm wrench and unscrew the bolt on the other side of the air filter. Now, what you can do is you're going to take your flat blade screwdriver and take off the clamps on the side of the air filter. This may take a little while. And the clamps look like that. Now, there's other clamps that go on the side of the air filter, and you just take them off, and then you're just going to have to take the top of your air filter off, like this. Your air filter looks like that. Then you're going to take the bottom half off, and the reason why you do this is so you can get to the carburetor. Now, once you have your air filter off, you're going to take your flat blade screwdriver, and you're going to unscrew the screw around the gasket, and this may take a while also.
Why is there a shower? Why is there a shower?
Now, once you get it unscrewed enough, you can just pull it out like that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your 10mm wrench, and you're going to take it and use it to unscrew your clutch. Once you get it loosened enough, you can just take it out by hand. Now your clutch looks like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to unscrew the cap to your throttle. Now what's inside is your throttle, which is that, right there. And I'm going to come back and clean that. Now that you have your carburetor out of the snowmobile, what you're going to do is take your flat blade screwdriver and unscrew the 4 bolts that are holding the case on to the carburetor. The screws are right there, 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 and there. And when you're unscrewing, make sure you don't strip out the screws, because that could be a bad thing. Now that I have my screws unscrewed, what I'm going to do is take off the case to the bottom of the carburetor. Be gentle with it, just so you make sure you don't break anything. Now, what you're going to do is clean the inside of the bottom of the carburetor and the case. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to spray the carburetor cleaner into the case and use your toothbrush and scrub it. You may want to lift up the floats, which are the black circle looking things, and that's just to make sure you get everything out of it. Now when you're done, go over it and spray it again just to make sure you got everything out. and then take your rag and dry it out. Now you're going to do the same thing with the bottom of the carburetor. Just spray it, get your toothbrush, and scrub it. And then just go over it again with your spray. Just make sure you get everything off and also dry it. Now, what you're going to do now is you're going to take your carburetor cleaner and then put the little spray nozzle on it and go through and spray into every hole that you have on the carburetor. The first hole is right there. And this is so you make sure every hole is unclogged. The next hole is in there, the golden piece, and you're going to spray into that too. And then the next hole is right there. And then there's two holes at the mouth of the carburetor. One right there, and right there. Now just go over and spray the carburetor with your cleaner and take the toothbrush and scrub it. This is so you get everything off of it, and you do the same with the bottom of the carburetor too. Now just dry it with your rag. Now take your air hose and spray in all the holes just to make sure you get all the carburetor cleaner out. Now you can put your carburetor back together and just put the case back on and screw the screws in. Now that I'm done with the carburetor, I'm going to come back and clean the throttle. Now you just spray the throttle with the carburetor cleaner just to make sure you got everything, and then you're going to take your toothbrush and you're going to scrub it. All right, now that I have the everything cleaned, I'm going to take my clutch and put it back in. Tighten it with your 10mm wrench, and then put the throttle back in. Make sure you put the throttle back in the way that it came out, or else it won't fit. Putting the cap on is a lot harder than taking it off. Now just put the carburetor back in and take your flat blade screwdriver and tighten up the clamp on the gasket just to make sure it's in place. Now that I have the carburetor in, you want to put your air filter back in. Now I put the bottom part of the air filter back in first. That way you make sure that you get everything on. Then you put the middle piece in, and then after the middle piece, you put the top on. And then you put your clamps that you took off and go and put them on around the air filter. Now you're going to take your screw and your bolt and you're going to put them back into the air filter so they're in place. Now that you have your air filter in, you want to start your snowmobile to make sure it runs.